This is a demonstration of DNS Analyze, a real-time capture and analysis engine for DNS traffic. This demonstration was originally given at DEF CON 24. There are 5 pieces to this framework. First is DNS Probe. It sniffs for UDP traffic on port 53, which it then strips out source address, destination address, timestamp, and the DNS query. Then packages this up into a JSON array and makes it available with 0MQ. So we start that. It will start sniffing and track down and capture any traffic. So from there, we actually want to record it and place it within Graylog, which we can do with another program called DNS Gelf. DNS Gelf just consumes the given 0MQ feed and forwards it on to the given Graylog server. This is all running on localhost. The default values right now will work. If we go over to Graylog, we can see traffic streaming in. From here, we're able to see where everything is coming from and going to. If your network has been configured to only allow specific DNS servers, you can from here you can see any hosts that are not configured correctly. This is useful, but not the most useful. To expand this further, we can start another consumer of the original feed, which takes our traffic, splits it out from fully qualified domain query to query of domain and subdomain. So for that, we have another program called DNS Domain. Runs just the same as our Gelf script. We go to host, and this one would give a port as would be the next service in the chain. Then we need to stop our Gelf script and attach it to the domain splitting script, which change up the 0MQ parameter. And we go back to Graylog. We see 2 new fields of domain and subdomain. Adding those in, we see those split out. This gives us a new thing we can track. Here we can see what domains are the most active, what subdomains are the most active. We can readily track for potential DNS exfil. So if we run this traffic generator script, which will spew out giant subdomains, we can see the potential for exfil. Still, this isn't the most useful. We expand this a bit further by adding in programs to track the age of the domains, as frequently CNC domains will be recently registered. So we want to add this to the 0MQ chain. And give it its own port. And then we restart Gelf, pointing at the previous chain. And if we want to test this one, grab one of the domains, and then if we look up host oraboo.net, that comes back as a recently registered domain. then we select our new field, new domain, shows up as true, whereas anything looking where we see daisy.ubuntu.com, it's registered a long time ago, doesn't show up. And our last hop is adding in a bit of threat intelligence, which we can do so using our using open source site threatcrowd.org. To do this, I wrote a proxy to cache our results. So we run this just like everything else we've been running so far. Give it the address of the previous process in the chain and give it a port. And then update gilf, let it run, and then we have the addition of hashes and permalink. So these hashes are any file system, any file hash that has been associated with this domain. If you have something such as Carbon Black or ThreatCrowd within your infrastructure, you can feed this in, see if any of these files have touched disk. And that is the conclusion of this demo.